you both doing this morning, or how are all three of you doing this morning?
Lovely, thank you very much. Really excited to be here and see everyone.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I have a few questions for you. Walk me through when you first found out that Peggy was going to be a star. How did that all happen?
Well, as easy as that, it wasn't something we planned on ever happening. You know, she was just a family pet. It happened to look the way she does. And it all sort of started where the village we live in England, in the northeast, these people, you know, in the village got used to how she looks, but other people, you know, still find her a bit unusual looking. But there came a little, in a local newspaper, a little article that said, "Have you got the UK's ugliest dog?" And naturally, everyone in the village, Peggy sprang to mind, because she's obviously very unique looking. So just as a little bit of a joke, we thought, yeah, right, let's enter her. Obviously, we don't think she's ugly. We think she's, you know, beautiful and, you know, different. But we thought, yeah, just as a bit of fun, we'll enter her. And we entered her in, and you know, she won, obviously. She won the ugliest dog title of 2023, and then she went viral to all the local, you know, UK sort of the UK TV channels picked it up, and Holly and Peggy went on TV, and you know, it was all a bit of a fun whirlwind, and the radio stations picked it up, and then that was it. We thought, oh, good, that was a bit of fun, and you know, Peggy's crowned the UK's ugliest dog of 23, and we thought, that's it. And then about 3 months later, we got a phone call saying, would Peggy be interested in a small feature film? To which we was like, yes. And then we thought, oh great, you know, we're all our family are huge film fans, let alone Marvel. I mean, we were super hyped about the Deadpool Wolverine, the fact Hugh Jackman was going to be in it. We were talking about it all the time. Our kids had Deadpool posters. I don't tell anyone who said that, but they loved it, you know, and they said, yeah, come down for, would you like to come down for a meeting? Like, yeah, okay. And as it was, obviously we didn't know this at the time, but Deadpool was filmed in the UK, and they said, would you like to come down to Pinewood Studios? Which is basically where, you know, it's a bit like UK's Hollywood, it's where all the movies are made in the UK. So we were thinking, wow, it must be quite a big film. So we got down there, and they took us through the Pinewood Studios, all the different warehouses where the films were filmed, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, James Bond, and then we got to the Marvel building, and took Peggy and started sort of recording her, and then they said, the costume department want to see her. I was like, oh my word, costume department at Pinewood Studios sounds amazing. And then we walked in, and all these women, young ladies and people started measuring her up, and tape measures everywhere, and I'm thinking, what is going on? I mean, Holly just looking at each other thinking, what on earth is going on? And then we look up to the wall, and this is before anyone knew anything about the film. You know, no Deadpool variants, no Wolverine variants. And on the wall, there was all the artwork of the different Wolverine costumes, the different Deadpool costumes, and then bang smack in the middle was Peggy, dressed up as DogPool. We were like, oh my word. And then, you know, we just went into shock, and I was like, this can't be happening. And then we had to sign an NDA, so we couldn't tell anyone, which was, couldn't even tell the kids. So obviously we were driving home and didn't speak for about 2 hours. It was bliss. But it was a major shock. So I'll just give you a really long-winded answer to an opening question there, so apologies for that.
Did the two of you take turns being with Peggy on set, or were you both on set the entire time that she was filming?
We were not on set with Peggy. She's subject. But we did get to take the kids on set for one day and watch her do a thing, but because Peggy is just a normal pet, she needed to go in and have some training with a trainer that works with animals in the movies, and so that she wasn't distracted when we were there, and so that she'd hit her marks and do everything she was supposed to. She went on set with her trainer for most of the time. We went there one day and we watched her do a thing. It was really good for the kids, for us, for everyone. But yeah, we weren't there for a lot of that.
We got to see Ryan Reynolds in his suit with all his muscles. Disgusting.
What was the training process like for her? How has kind of like she evolved from getting to do all that training and, you know, becoming a doctor?
Not at all. I can't get her to do anything. She prepped for it by, obviously it's a busy working set, lots of moving parts, loud noises. She actually went on the set of House of Dragon while that was being filmed to get used to some things. Don't say it.
She was one of the dragons. Stunned by it.
Apparently she did really well, but yeah, when I tried to get her to do things at home, nothing. It's all about this. This is the only thing I can get her to do is watch various memes.
Thanks so much. You have been doing quite a few conventions here and getting to go to a lot of like the premiere for Deadpool and Wolverine. What has surprised you about people wanting to seek out Peggy and meet her and getting to experience that? I mean, who has been kind of like the biggest maybe star who's wanted to come over and see Peggy at these conventions?
It's crazy, you know, it still doesn't sink in. You know, people love animals, people love dogs at the best of times, let alone one that looks like that and happy. It's crazy, so she's got, she's such a loving fan base of everyone, you know, fans of the entertainment, guests, so they all want to meet people. Yeah, it's still, you know, it's just you have to pinch yourself.
I think at one of our first conventions, because like Luke said earlier, we're big movie fans. I used to bring my kids to conventions to do this. And Simon Pegg was at one of our first conventions, and Luke is a huge Simon Pegg fan, and we were like, right, how are we going to go over and ask if we can have a picture? And we're really nervous. And we're waiting in the lobby, and Simon Pegg came down and went, "Oh, DogPool, can I get a picture with your dog, please?"
I cried for 3 days.
So is she planning to do more movies, more projects? Are you fielding off phone calls from her next big blockbuster?
That's your answer.
Should have brought an interpreter, shouldn't we?
I'm sure she has many NDAs. How much DogPool merch have you picked up along the way?
We're having to move house because we don't have a garage. Our loft is, I think, it's full, so we need some more.
The house is completely full as well.
Every little thing we see, like, we're gonna get it, and it's taken over our house.
That's not including the sort of homemade DogPool gifts people make, which are amazing, by the way. I absolutely love it. Some people come and they've done block drawings, they've spent hours and hours, 3D printed stuff. It's crazy. So we've got, you know, we do keep all that stuff. If anyone ever wonders when it brings up what happens, we do keep it. There's a treasure trove of Peggy memories, and all made up of fan contributions. So now we're having to move house, so thank you for that.
And at a few of these conventions, you've partnered with different charities and nonprofits. How has it been getting to kind of give back in a little bit of way with her fame and partnering with some of these like photo op events?
Yeah, it just seems sort of the obvious thing to do, you know. I'm embarrassed now. No, it's just, you know, it's just, I think.
It was just
Yeah.
like that's just what's going to happen. That's what we'll do.
And again, it's not like a pressurised thing, you know. It's not. It's something that is an obligation for people to do. It's just an option. You know, we can take donations and make the most of it, and see, you know, what difference we can make. And sometimes we raise a large amount of money. Sometimes we don't raise anything. It's just the options there for people to do, and we can everyone do their own little bit when possible. Then it's worth trying to do.
We have a few fan questions that were submitted ahead. Here's a fun one. Ryan Reynolds personally advocated for Peggy's casting in DogPool. What was your reaction when you first learned that he was involved in the picking of her?
Well, we found out on the internet. Like, we didn't get told she was Ryan's pick. We saw it in an interview. So we're like, as far as we know, he went on Google and just found it.
Love that. How long was Peggy away from home during the filming, and how did your family adjust to her being gone, and your village too?
I hated it when she wasn't there. It was, like I said, really tricky situation. I think if it was to happen again, we'd probably do it a little bit differently, but because we were sort of new to it and naive, and I don't think we sort of pushed for it as much as we didn't want to do anything to jeopardise it. It was really tough when she wasn't there. She did come back in between filming, so when the strike was on, she came when everything sort of shut down. She's falling asleep. Sorry. Boring. Yeah, it was tough, but it was great every time she came back. It was more for the kids, really. They missed her like crazy.
I can imagine. Another question here is, Peggy now has her own Instagram account and merchandise. How are you managing her career since her film success? Because you're kind of our managers now, right?
We're terrible.
Peggy's agent sat down there. She helps us with a lot of stuff. Peggy also has her own lawyer, which is pretty wild. He helps us. We're just normal people. But this isn't something you ever planned for. We were just, like everybody else, and still are. We just happen to have, arguably one of the most famous dogs in the world by chance. So, sometimes you get amazing opportunities to come do things like this, come to conventions, meet amazing people. And you just sort of take it as it comes, and if it's right for Peggy and it works, then we do it. If it's not, we don't.
Do you have a dream project for Peggy? Something else that you would love to, another franchise? I mean, if you love Simon Pegg, maybe another Mission Impossible movie? I mean,
Star Wars, yeah. She could be Jabba's little mate.
I don't know about another franchise, but I'm just like, Secret Wars. I'm like, are they coming? Are they not coming? Is she gonna get invited?
fingers crossed. Here's another fun question. What are some of Peggy's favorite activities or treats when she's just being a regular dog at home?
Sleeping.
Sleeping in sausages. That's
Sleeping
basically
in
Peggy's
sausages.
life.
Yeah. Cuddles, followed by more sleeping.
How did things change in your village once she was known as DogPool?
They've erected a statue of DogPool.
Are you serious?
We all have to pay tribute every Friday night. It's kind of turned into a bit of a cult, but don't tell anybody about that. No, she's still treated the same. We live in a village in East Yorkshire, the UK. They all sound like us. It's a bit like the Shire. Nobody leaves. When you get there, you can't find your way back out. But yeah, so she's just part of the community, and everyone's just so used to her.
Imagine that. Has Peggy's taste in food or toys changed at all, or is she still just sausages and treats?
Yes, but only the finest. She'll literally eat pretty much anything.
Sheep food is a particular.
Oh, she loves a bit of sheep food.
How's it been getting to travel around with her? You've hit quite a few different continents here.
There's a lot that goes into it, but she sort of takes us along for the ride. We've now, travelled to loads of places we've never got to, all because of Peggy. So, but the rules and things that are in place for travelling with a dog is hectic.
Yeah, it's all good fun. Yeah, we when you say about how's your life changed and all, it was great to go to these places, but when I actually sometimes sit and think like, I'm 38, I'm going to be 39 to 40 next year, and like, what am I doing with my life? And I look and I'm like, I'm just a celebrity dog poo picker. That is what I do every day. But it comes with a lot of perks. We get to do, like I said, amazing things like this and see places in the world that I never thought we'd go.
That is incredible. Incredible. And you have, do you have a booth here? How is it working for people to get to meet Peggy this weekend?
Yeah, so we've got, Peggy has her own booth that's closed off, a bit like what Michael J. Fox has.
Yeah, we're next to Michael J. Fox. It's a closed off booth, so she doesn't get overwhelmed. I mean, she's a pretty chill dog, but at the convention, you know, if like an R2D2 goes past, she's going straight on it. She's getting off, so she's nice and relaxed. She's got her own sofa. She's in there most of the time, chilling, so she's got a little schedule on her desk. Photographs and selfies in the booth.
We've had a few people walk past like, is DogPool here? Where is she? Like, yeah, she's here. She's literally there. So if you're wondering, she's here. You know, want to come see her? We'll be there all day.
I know for some of the past conventions you've gotten to go on the local news. Are you doing that at all here for Toronto? How has that been?
We were supposed to, we wanted to, but because of the Canada strikes, our travel was all, so to speak, but it's, we missed it, unfortunately.
When we did Calgary, Peggy actually presented the weather. Yeah.
How did she enjoy doing that?
Said it was raining cats and dogs. She seemed to enjoy it.
Have you found yourself learning a lot more like dog puns? Like trying to not.
Come on.
Have you found yourself learning more of these dog puns to make these raining cats and dogs jokes?
No, it literally took me the full flight here to think of that.
Well, I'm excited for fans to get to hear even more funny dog jokes at your booth this weekend. Are you here for the rest of the weekend until Sunday?
Yeah, we are here all day, every day. We'll be there in that booth with sausages.
Peggy t-shirts, we've bought some, I don't know if you've seen them. Peggy's got her own, like, we call them Peggy plumps. They're a bit like a Peggy squishmallow, Peggy plushie. So we've sort of got some of those over with us. So if you want to come see them, have a little cuddle with them, try them on for size, come see us. You can't miss them, there's some sticking out.
That's so much. Do you have to keep that moisturized? Like dip it in water now?
I mean, she can get it in there and she moisturizes when she drinks, or sometimes just a little bit of coconut oil, but when she's sniffing the floor, she's tasted everything.
Well, thank you both so much for bringing her today and all of us for being here this morning and getting to see her in all of her glory. This was fantastic.
Does she have an agent?
Thank you. I think we put the names together. DogPool and her wife. Hallelujah. Thank you all.
So I forgot to say, $5 from every sort of sale today goes to the Toronto Humane Society. Was meant to say that when I first got here. Yeah, thank you very much.